My name is Carlos Curiel, and I'm here to tell you about how RSN and Bloomington are very impactful towards each other, and how RSN can benefit the community of Bloomington to make it a better tomorrow. Now, as you may or may not know, Bloomington is a very captivating place. It's a place where people come together to grow. A lot of people here are very locally oriented, where they focus on growing the town, and the town tries to get together as much as it possibly can to grow ultimately together. Now, also, too, we have the Indiana University here, which cycles out about 40,000 students a year, so there's always potential for growth. And what we would like to do as a company is take the potential that the students have them here and connect them to the small businesses here, so the businesses have a chance to grow and thrive in the best way that we know how. So RSN is a marketing company who's targeting these Indiana University students, and also students or college-age students that are in that age group. They don't necessarily have to be students, but with our business model, these are potentially our target markets. So there are two avenues here that we're kind of focusing on. We're focusing on the students themselves as the marketing kind of bread and butter. This is our building blocks of what we're using, but who we're really focusing on here is the businesses. The businesses are our clients, and we are using the students to grow the businesses. Now, there are many small businesses here in Bloomington, about 500 or so. Now, even if we were to just focus on restaurants, bars, and things that have direct connection with the students alone, we're talking maybe 50 or 100, about 20% of those businesses that we can easily connect these students with. Now, we do have a few businesses that are competing with us. There are two main marketing establishments that are already here in Bloomington. The first of which is called Hennepin Marketing, which is a very big player in the overall national level of marketing agencies. Hennepin has been around for quite a while, and they've really established themselves in areas where they've been dealing with airlines, they've been dealing with like major food industries, areas where they are the big fish. Now, with the level of volume that they're trying to move at, I don't believe that Bloomington is within their spectrum anymore. They're focused on much bigger clients rather than the mom and pop shops, since they just don't generate as much revenue as these bigger players. There is another company that is more tailored to closer to what we're aiming for, called the 80/20 Agency. However, they seem to be more focused on their own team and actually growing it. So what their business model has been is taking in high school students or early level college students and giving them a chance to get a taste of what marketing really is like within their own town. Now, they've been more in touch with the team rather than actually delivering results for the businesses they've been working with. You know, they do more traditional types of marketing, whether it be just like website design or maybe a few events here and there to say, hey, this company's around. But how RSN differentiates from these businesses is the way that we go about taking forth these other companies. So consider it as how a event promoter promotes an event, whether it be like a band or something going on within wherever their market is. They do so usually by public relations and gathering awareness through connections of those people. Now, this is sort of our goal, and this is sort of where we aim to really fit in here. We're taking business marketing in the form of promoting, and in the same way that event promoters do, where we are almost looking to entertain these students and kind of get them attentive to our message, to have them listen to what we have to offer. And what we're offering is the character of what our business clients are. So if we were to take the business client that we have and kind of build it up to be sort of a character, sort of what the business client kind of speaks on, or how they portray themselves, kind of taking that and building it into this package that's saying like, hey, this is us, but it's really this business and you should go check them out. But we're doing that in more of not such a direct way, but rather a way where it's kind of on, that is the nature of the message that we send out to our to the students that we're marketing to. So that's basically how we're different there, is by gathering awareness of the students, tapping into the students, because most of these people in this demographic are connected to one another. So finding that, burrowing into that connection and just sort of infecting it with our message and making it spread to the full target market. So like I said, our business model is mainly through entertainment, though we do have a basket full of resources. We would either be doing this through connections of other businesses, or collaborating with main hotspot students or faculty of Indiana University, using certain events that might be going on, especially since the town of Bloomington is so connected. Using something like a marketing plan would be beautiful to just sort of tie together all of the potential that this town already has going together, and kind of finally fine-tuning it and pulling the trigger on what is possible in this area. So we are events. So the way that we basically are actually gaining revenue here is by selling these services. We can either do it as an a la carte, whether if a business just needs one particular service or event to kind of get themselves started out on the right foot. But really, obviously, what we need to be doing is making a connection and a relationship with our client businesses, and connecting them to what they really need to grow. I mean, analyzing their business model and figuring out what areas of opportunity they have that we can really capitalize on. So we can do that through services, or we can also do that through merchandising, since we are doing that sort of promoting type of structure with the events that we can run for this business, especially if it's service-based industries like restaurants or bars or even tattoo shops, or, you know, there's abundance of things that we can go into there. But creating an event for these businesses gives us the opportunity to also sell a physical product too, usually pertaining to the business itself. So, I mean, you know, it can be something simple like t-shirts, hats, mugs, anything that captures the attention of our target market in the marketing area of things. So we do have a pretty simple break-even rate, where if we sell 9 services a month, that'll get us right where we are to break even, and about 374 articles of merchandise will get us there, though with the expected revenue that we'd be generating from what we're capable of, we would expect about 10K in profit per month after all of the expenses are paid. Now, Obviously, there are, with the marketing things, I mean, it is something that is a bit up in the air. There's not a physical, solid foundation there, so there are a lot of shortcomings that are possible, though I personally believe that the best way to get rid of these shortcomings is basically to prepare for them and have other revenues in other ways. Now, I believe that's what makes this business model so beautiful, because of how adaptive it is. What I've learned from my history of being in sales is that if we establish a funnel, and if we always keep that funnel flowing through referrals or business leads, we have that constant flow of traffic. Therefore, if anything does happen, or we need to have more sales or anything like that, we already have our next referral or potential business in our funnel ready to go, and we can just keep hammering it out in the best way that we know how. So, kind of coming back to us and who we are personally, I believe that you should invest in us as a management team. For one thing, because we're qualified. I personally have a business degree from Indiana State University, and I have been in the retail business for about 5 to 6 years, with a good year to 2 of management experience. Now, I have also been a small business expert and still am in my field, so I have already gotten a good understanding of how to establish a good business relationship and how that process generally looks like. I also have a business partner, Ahmad McKinney, who has graduated from Indiana University with a degree in marketing. So I believe the business aspect of me handling a lot of the administrative duties and what it really takes to run a business, while he has a lot of the strong knowledge of the marketing itself. And since overall he's generally been very connected with Bloomington and has already gotten a head start on this, touching base with a few small local businesses like a paintball crew out in Martinsville, weddings, things that have gotten him warmed up to this industry. Since he is from Indiana University, he is able to kind of get those connections and make sure that, he can already develop those sort of leads. So, what we're asking for is about $25,000. This is basically our startup costs. This is for buildings and supplies. This is for our marketing funds, and just to basically get our foot off of the ground. Since we're projected to make about $10,000 in profit per month as we start getting our foot off the ground here, we expect this return on investment to be given back within no more than a year. I think we have a pretty strong business model, and I think we have just a superior amount of potential that can lead us to our own success here. So, like I said before, what our mission is here is to develop Bloomington as a market and help get it more connected with its patrons as a town. We already have all of the parts. It's not like we are developing anything that hasn't already been established here. We just see potential with businesses that have been established and local residents and students of Bloomington that are both operating in the same market, but just need that last bit of help being connected, and together we can grow both as a community and grow the businesses that we help. So I hope you'd really love to be a part of growing this town and helping us be impactful to what we have to offer. So thank you for your time.